So, Governor Little, you need to set the tone for today for another strong year. Let's build our conservative successes. Let's fix the spending issues. Let's strengthen Idaho. Now, here with expectations and wishes on what we're supposed to hear from the governor is Senator Josh Kohl from Twin Falls. That's district number 25 for those keeping count. Josh, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first day of session. How are you doing?
Thank you, Matt. Good to be here. I'm doing great. I'm excited for this coming session and to see what we can do to make Idaho more sovereign and more secure, more conservative in general in how we do governance.
Yeah, excellent. So I have to get right to it. I want to get to what do you expect to hear from Governor Little today and what do you hope to hear? So
Yeah.
give me part A first.
I think a lot of the conversation is going to be around spending and the budget. And that's kind of the big elephant in the room, as you alluded to. I would like to see a conservative approach to it, obviously, and we can get into that. As far as what I expect the governor to see, I think he'll be on a more defensive tone and prioritizing what programs he really wants to defend and see bolstered and not cut. So the problem is, as you mentioned in the intro, people want to blame the tax cuts that took place last year, last session, for this deficit that we have. But we know that's not the case. Conservatives have been warning for years now about the spending problem that our state government has. So over the last 5 years, each year, our government has expanded its budget by 10% or more. So we need to right the ship in a lot of ways. There's a lot of fat to the bone that can be cut. And that's what I would like to see is strong leadership from the governor, but also from the legislature, the co-chairs of JFAC to really lead the way in making these cuts so that they are effective and they maintain core services, because we do know there's a lot of waste and we can prioritize our funds much better in Idaho.
Yeah, that is so true. I mean, the national news that journalist Nick Shirley broke with what's going on in Minnesota. Yeah. It's almost like we always knew that stuff was going on. I mean, you this is going to be your second session, but you've been paying attention to politics and what's going on in our state for a while now, and we all know it's there. But it's almost like nobody cares until you get like a piece of juicy content like that, like something where the guy shows up to the childcare and there's nobody there. I mean, it's like that kind of timing, that kind of content that really wakes people up. And I thank God for that. And I'm so glad that you're there, going to keep an eye on it. Real quickly, when we do hear this argument back and forth about it's a revenue problem, not a spending problem. Generally, when we cut taxes, now look at Idaho, we're cutting taxes. Generally when you cut taxes, but you also have an overwhelming increase of population where there's more people paying taxes now than there were before, you tend to see an actual the dollar amount has always increased. Is that the case here?
Well, so one kind of addition to the variables that we have in this case is I think the revenue that was set by the legislature wasn't necessarily realistic. And we did have economic analysis beforehand that had an estimated number, and we went above and beyond that number. So I think that was unfortunate, but I agree economically, when you look at the macroeconomics, what we're going to see is a stimulus to the economy by putting those monies back in the hands of Idahoans. We also have a growing population, as you said. So as long as we keep the spending in check, Idaho is going to flourish. Our revenue is going to maintain just fine. I think we're going to see that bounce back. But the kind of what got us into this trouble was we had a rip-roaring economy, and we also weren't keeping that spending in check. So we increased spending last year, and we cut the taxes. So that's a tricky one to get right. We would have gotten a lot closer if we had been more realistic about the revenue. Overall, I do agree with you. I think the economy is going to prosper because of these tax cuts. Now we just have to make sure the spending is cut back and the growth of government is trimmed back so that we are within our constitutional mandate to have a balanced budget.
Yeah. And don't forget the COVID money, right? COVID money, just like it was as if it was always going to be there, and they create these new expectations that when the COVID money dries up, oh, we have to fund that and
Yeah.
continue those programs that we're going. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
very
sure.
good, very good points there. And duly noted on the fluctuations in our revenues and such.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're heading into this is officially this will be your second session.
Yes, sir.
What are your priorities? What's at the top of your ticket coming in this session that we can pay attention to and that people can rally behind?
Yeah. So obviously the big item is that spending, and we need to make sure that Idaho comes out of this session with a balanced budget, and we have spending in check and reduced by, I would hope, a large amount. I think there's a lot of fat we can cut right now. Now's our opportunity to really show the nation how to deal with deficits, because we see so many states and especially the federal government just add more debt to the budget. And that's not what we need. Luckily, we have the constitutional mandate to balance the budget. Let's use that to show the rest of the country how to deal with deficits. And you deal with it by being fiscally responsible. Beyond that, we had some social gains in the legislature last year that I would like to see added upon. You mentioned it in kind of your intro. We got medical freedom across the line. That was excellent. I would like to continue that momentum. Also, I think we have some room to move forward on the pro-life agenda. I am going to be bringing forward a bill that will reduce some of the chemical abortifacients that are going into our water supply right now.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
real problem that we see is we don't have people getting abortions at clinics. We have people getting abortions in their homes with chemical kits, and that human material, as well as the abortifacients, which is literally chemicals designed to end life, is going back into our wastewater system, and that is being recycled into our water supply in general. So I'll be working on that. I think that's a very pertinent issue, and it's one that has growing concern across the state.
Yeah, absolutely. The way you just painted
Yeah.
that picture, okay.
Yeah, there's not really a way to not make it gnarly, because it's very disturbing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories out there that will make your skin crawl. I don't want to disturb your audience too much, but this is a big issue that we need to tackle in Idaho and across the country.
Yeah, well, hey man, we're gonna have you back. We need to disturb people. I mean, this is the whole point, right? I mean, it is disturbing, so they need to be disturbed. We will have you back to dive into that more when your legislation starts floating out there. That's really great. Okay, so you represent Twin Falls. I want to make sure Twin Falls people see your face, know that you're out there doing the hard work. What do you hear on the ground from the folks in Twin Falls?
I hear on the ground, people are excited to have conservative representation overall, and people recognize that we are in a deficit situation because of the overspending. So I'm so stoked and so proud to represent the great Idahoans of Twin Falls. It is a privilege of a lifetime, and I can't wait to continue that and really just show the rest of Idaho that Twin Falls can be just as conservative as all the other great spots of Idaho.
Josh, I know you're born and raised in Idaho.
Yes, sir.
But I just got to say, I love that you use the word gnarly and stoked. I don't know how that entered your vocabulary up here with no ocean nearby, but rock and roll, man. I love it.
Ski culture, it's all the same.
That's right. That's right, man. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get over to the speech from Little, and we'll get some reaction from you next time on this. But good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate
and where can people follow you to keep tabs on what you're up to?
Yeah, you can go to kohl4idaho.com, and that's my Twitter handle as well.
Excellent. All right, Josh. Take care. Thanks, Senator.
Thanks, Matt.